guys, welcome back to more Tales Adventures. I'm Aerobian-Angel, and there's no one else here. So let's get back into it with more Volcanic Tunnel. Now in the last episode, we actually kicked off the adventure and we got everything that we could in Pole Forest for now. We still have that matter with the that tunnel with the very persistent little bramble-looking area that we couldn't get through. And, well, we also couldn't finish off this area because, well, inventory problems, am I right? Anyway, now we actually have the item that we need, despite it actually being here waiting for us before. We can actually get on with the stage proper and, hopefully finish it off. For now, because there will also be backtracking for the stage as well. Anyway, you'll see I'm on Remote Bomb right now. Let me just show this baby off. Now, Remote Bomb still explodes on contact with enemies. However, I can also detonate it at will, whether it be immediately, or if I give it a bit of a stall. I could do it in midair. I could have it slide against walls. I can also have it slide on floors. However, right here is a really good example. Oh, well, actually that worked out rather nicely. It's got its own momentum, and it's got its own arc. You'll notice I'm not hitting this guy right now. However, if we switch over to regular bomb, I got him no problem. This is why I'm going to be holding on to regular bombs as well, because, well, that whole arc problem is going to be a problem later on. Anyway, we're going to throw our newfound remote bomb into that area using its momentous slide capabilities, and we'll actually be able to move on. Kind of wish that my inventory space was either larger or that I could choose to send something home. Or if I could just teleport back home immediately, from straight out on the outset, without having to find the item for it. But hey, limitations with this 8-bit game from, like, around the time shortly after Sonic 3 and Knuckles came out. I don't know the date for that. Future Me, save me. Thank you, Future Me. You're a good man. Anyway, down here, we just go into flight mode, so we're having a safe descent. That didn't work out. We find ourselves with this wall. This wall is persistent, just like that bramble from before. Unlike the bramble from before, it's even stronger than that. So we'll need a second stronger weapon to take care of it. So that's another place to mark off on the map, ladies and gents, if you so happen to be using this as a guide of sorts, because, well, as I said in the last episode, I am 100%ing this, so for your convenience, I just want to let you know that if you're tagging along, you always want to remember that spot down there. Anyway, we're not really doing so hot on HP, so we're going to get ourselves some rings out of this wall, then fly. Great, I lost those rings immediately. I'm actually doing worse off than before. Sad times here in Orochi-sama. Anyway, we're just gonna fly right up. Oh, you know, this is very interesting. I'm now sauntering around with less than half health, and this bat is about to give me the bee's knees. He gave me the bee's knees. That bee will never be able to walk again. And lordy. Okay, let's just have a safe descent downwards. Oh, we'll take that as mouse. And have ourselves some more rings out of this wall. Yeah, I mean, after a while, you sort of develop an eye for where all these walls are, because it's easy to miss at first, but when you start noticing like how essential these things can be, you keep an eye out. Also, some enemies will drop HP on their own, so it won't be entirely bad. Just like that guy. That was actually a really great case in point. Thank you, game, very much. Anyway. Here's another Chaos Emerald. Give ourselves a full heal and level us up. We can now fly longer, and we have 30 HP now. Anyway, we're just gonna blow up this bomb. Blow up that bomb. Blow up that wall. Destroy that guy and take the unnecessary HP. Let's blow up this wall as well. And we'll move on with the level. By the way, that Chaos Emerald was one I was telling you about on, like, it's so in the way, how could you miss it? And blow up that guy, and this floor actually fooled me a couple times because I had no idea you could just fly through it because the texturing looks just like anything else in the game. Well, the sprite work, that is to say. So we'll just roll our bomb through there and detonate it. And then now we'll move on proper with the stage. And all is good in the neighborhood. We should be doing A-OK on items thus far. And now we've unlocked Poly Mountain. Now, if I'm correct, we're actually doing really great on items so far. But I actually forgot to show off the radio, seeing as I have that and now the hammer to do. So, tell you what, let's save the hammer for later. Because since I already have the radio, we'll just show it off right now. If you're listening correctly, you can hear that we are now listening to volcanic tunnel music. Although we're at Poly Mountain, Tails notices it too. And now we're listening to this stage's music. Now we're listening to a stage music we haven't been here before. You can tell that the radio essentially is a sound test of sorts for the game. In that you get it's like an MP3 player from Metal Gear Solid 4. Just change the background music to whatever the heck you want. Anyway, for the sake of expediency, we're actually going to leave this level right now. And let's get the hammer out of the way too. Let's see, equipment, and we will grab the hammer and just replace that slot right here. And now we're all prepped. We got our lunch packed and everything, and we're heading off to Poly Mountain for real this time, guys. Got the hammer already out. This is what it does. You cannot move while the hammer is being swung. Jumping will not carry your momentum. It will actually stop you completely. Whoops. You can, however, catch yourself in flight, but it does plow through enemies. I don't know if it's stronger, though, but it's so close range that it's kind of risky to try to just do. Anyway, we're going to actually come up on another item that we can't get. This game breaks your heart in so many ways. It's actually right there. And here's another one of those stubborn walls, ladies and gentlemen. That one, however, does not require a third power item. In fact, it's actually the same one from when we went to Volcanic Tunnel. Anyway, here's a lower path we can go to, but we're not doing that just yet, because there's actually an item or two that actually 3 items that we need to get up on this higher road. You know what? I got 30 HP. We'll just go this way. Oof. I could have sent Teep up through that little hole right there, but I need to come up here anyway. So I figured we'd just grab the helmet with regular tails. Anyway, this enemy type jumps either at you or just upwards. The other enemy type will throw out these spitball-looking things at you, although they very well could just be rocks. However, I think they're just bullies throwing spitballs or like wads of paper. And they throw it in a slightly irregular fashion. They do like a 1, 2, pause, and 3. So it makes it look like the pattern's over. Like here it is. Once they do the third one, however, they spend a significant amount of time just doing like a I did it kind of pose. So you could you have more than enough time to maneuver through. And there isn't really a time where you're not doing too well on like maneuvering through them, except for this one section that we're actually headed to, seeing as we took this high road. Also, they change trajectory. They can throw high or low. However, good thing Tails has steel toe boots. Otherwise, well, that would have hurt me. Whoa, whoa. Here's a different kind of wind zone, like I was telling you before. That kind of wind is uplifting. It's very bad in the case of ceiling spikes. However, now we're here. This is actually a point where taking the high road will get you nowhere. We're just going to drop down, and here's some different floors. So we'll just throw some bombs down here. Ain't no problem, ain't no thing. Oops. Oh, well, let's talk about that thing that just happened right there. Tails climbing ledges is like a godsend in this game because, well, there's a lot of times where like, you gotta do precise platforming. Tails doesn't really have like the most maneuverable jump in the game. However, you know, being able to grab ledges does have its benefits more other times than not. So it's actually very helpful that he has this ability, and I kind of wish those kind of abilities would carry over, because like the Game Gear titles did have good ideas. As I pick up this Knuckles head, I'll actually get into that after I finish this thought. But like Yeah, I had like the idea of grabbing on the ledges. Sonic Triple Trouble had the idea of being able to recurl after springing off, and that's just great because you can protect yourself a bit more. Anyway, I'm pausing here because I do want to make a big note about this right here. Dropping down and falling through bottomless pit does not kill you. It actually ejects you at the level, which is great because, well, then we don't have to sit around killing ourselves. But it can also be bad because there's a sequence where there's bottomless pit everywhere. Anyway, talking about that item I just picked up, that is the Knuckles power-up. It lets me punch. It's like the hammer. Unfortunately, it's like the hammer, except it's a punch, so I don't have a peripheral of sorts. So I'll have to get even closer. But because I said I showed off, I will. However, we got a different item before that, and that was the helmet. So, well, for the sake of being fair, I'm gonna show off what the helmet does first. Matter of fact, we might be able to do finish off Poly Mountain properly now, because that wasn't the true exit, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, throwing yourself off a cliff is not how you finish a level. Shocking, isn't it? Anyway, we'll be climbing through here again, but that won't be too much of a problem because now, well, we'll finally show off that lower road. And maybe I'll be able to show off the helmet while we're here. Just going to this familiar territory, so it's not a complete retread of what we did perhaps just 5 minutes ago. Actually, let's do it right now as this guy throws this thing at me. Come on, do your worst. Your worst is very subpar. I'm afraid you must die now. How dare you! Deflecting my bombs with your wads of paper. Just, rapscallion! Anyway, now we're here. We're gonna drop this bomb right here, destroy that floor, get through this tunnel, move on to a new area almost immediately. Oh, whoa, whoa, buddy, whoa. That's no bueno. Not at all. And I did not tolerate that in my classroom. Anyway, we've got more uplifting winds. This guy will never turn around in his life, no matter what creeps up behind him. Like a fox with bombs. He's quite the trooper, holding completely steadfast. Anyway, we'll actually want to defeat these guys very carefully because if I'm correct... Oh, we can fly here. Alright then. See, at first I thought this was a no-fly zone, which would have made me oh so very sad. However, such is not the case. Ouch. Kinda wish those spikes were not there. Look at the guy just dancing on the spikes like, oh god, oh man. Oh man. Anyway, we have these guys to deal with. I believe here's a no-fly zone. Oh no, we can fly entirely. Well, we actually will not be doing any of that. Come here, you. Come here. Actually, let's use my remote bombs. Yeah! Get wrecked. Oh, I'm actually not doing too hot on health because of reasons. Let me see. I'm gonna go back. Not entirely, but I'm feeling a bit paranoid in that I believe I may have forgotten an item. Yeah. This is the right place. This is the right place. Okay, so you notice that my descent was rather fast there. We're running into a no-fly zone, which means it's exactly where we need to be. Because this little man guarding that soul wall behind him is actually blocking our way to a new item that we will be needing. And this item, my friends, is the Super Glove. This item will allow us to pick stuff up, like that spring that we were so very slowly pushing along back in Poloi Forest. Ouch. But now that we've gotten that out the way, we can actually finish off Poly Mountain, and then, you know, I think I'll call it an episode after that. But first we'll just saunter our way through here. Got ourselves a nice haters gonna hate walk. Gil's doing some pull-ups, because, well, do you even lift, bro? Because Tails sure does. Show him how it's done, Tails. Look at that. This guy's like 12 years old. Does pull-ups like a champ. Anyway, we'll actually move on, get on with the level, as I can tell that all of you want me to actually do. And we're actually moving on to another boss fight, guys. I dodged that first one smoothly, but then the second one just had a bring me down. But we're not challenging the boss fight just yet, because quick save time as we do this is rather tense moment here to bomb this wall. To get in here, to get ourselves a little boss fountain. I say boss fountain in that we have some rings just lying around for us to get. The special thing is that these rings regenerate, so we can get ourselves back to full HP for when we take on the boss. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you'll want to be... well, bosses aren't really much of an issue in this game, except for 2, maybe 3 bosses in this game, one of which is actually going to be coming up rather soon. Anyway, now we're back at our maximum 30 HP. We can move on some more. I want to actually quick save there because beneath me was a bottomless pit. And as I told you before, bottomless pits will kick you out the level should you fall through them. So as to not have that happen to me, I figured I'd just quick save for the sake of expediency. Anyway, meet Speedy. Seeing as we're speaking about, well, being Speedy. This is going to be our second, I believe? Yeah, second boss fight in the game. We are racing Speedy to the top. In that, well, we just have to survive. Because Speedy flies up, and he flies down. Flies up, looks at us, and he flies down. This is the boss fight. Now, here's a little thing. You can actually get him to attack less frequently if, when he goes down, you're on the left side of the screen, because then he'll take a short pause to look at you before going back up. This could be a good way to break pattern slightly. And as you notice how I'm falling all the way down, Tails cannot catch himself after getting hurt. So that is a problem in its own. Should Speedy hit you and then you fall all the way down. Anyway, so basically you'll see me going left and then right. I was actually very close because I did not want to get caught in that web of lies and shadows. Yeah, you'll see me dodging left and right so I can just get this to do less hits towards me. But now we're at the top. Tails is going to fly backwards a bit. And then Speedy, congratulating us on our, well, speed, actually gives us our next Chaos Emerald. Here's the thing. According to the story in this game, these guys are after the Chaos Emerald. So why he just gave it to me, or, well, perhaps dropped it, I'll never know. But hey, that's more HP for us. And Teapup here now transforms into this drill-looking thing. What does it do? Well, you'll find out in the next episode. So, with that said, I want to thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.